All right, so we are getting ready to head out into the lake today. We're gonna go have a little bit of fun. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. So this is what happens when your man tells you that there wasn't enough biscuit yesterday because it was so good that he wanted more. So today he's definitely getting more. That biscuit is like the size of his plate compared to mine. There you go. Now that's a biscuit. Look at that thing. It's like the size of my hand. It takes up basically the plate. Oh, there you go. All right, so before we head out, I just wanted to share with you guys that we're gonna be doing chicken and dumplings today. All right, so I have these tomatoes. I have got to get them put in the suck and seals because we just have so many coming in right now that I need to take care of that. So I got some carrots out of the garden. I've gone ahead and soaked them so that I can get them washed off. I'm gonna actually be putting them in the chicken and dumplings. Sometimes people don't like that to use carrots, but for me, I definitely like a little bit of change in texture. So you can put some celery and dice up some carrots really small. So these are from the garden. You can tell they're filthy. I took them out, and so I'm gonna actually be using that in the chicken and dumplings. Now this chicken is from our chicken lady, Miss Heather. So she butchered some chickens, and there it is. I heavy coated it because this broth is gonna be used for our broth, like the broth base of the actual chicken and dumplings. So some people make theirs, everybody makes their stuff differently, so that's why I'm sharing what I have going on with me. So what you can see on here is I definitely have some garlic. I used probably 2 tablespoons of diced garlic. I used a half of an onion. You can see there's some onion chunks right there. You could have put that in like one of those mini processors and made it smaller, but again, I like a little bit of texture. There's paprika. I did about 2 tablespoons of paprika, smoked paprika. I did 4 tablespoons of parsley, that's dried parsley. I did 2 teaspoons of thyme, and I did maybe just a 1/4 of a teaspoon of some cayenne pepper, because cayenne pepper is good for your heart and for good blood flow, so I wanted to put some of that in there. And then I probably put less than a 1/4 of a cup of some olive oil on the bottom, so that we really get those good beneficial oils coming out of that. I think I said avocado, but I meant olive oil. And so then I've also done 4 cups of water, so that way we can kind of start to build our broth. So it's a simple base. It's not really too much. You can make your own broth base how you choose to make it. Now halfway through the cooking time, I've got it on the cooker. It's gonna be on low. So I wanna go ahead and cover this up. All right, so I have it on low. I'm gonna cook it for at least, it's a smaller, like a fryer type chicken, just like a little, it's egg laying chicken actually. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cook that for about 2 hours, and then I'm going to turn it and make sure the other side gets in that delicious broth and cooks down as well. Now what will end up happening is I will go ahead and pull this little Betty, she drank too much. I'm gonna go ahead and pull down the meat off of the chicken, and you definitely want to utilize this broth. I will walk you guys through the process because like I said, it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get out and enjoy the water for a little bit before we have to head back to work. And so we want to just go out this morning and just enjoy the nature. And so I'm going to show you guys how to actually make those dumplings. Again, everybody makes theirs differently. Now I make mine 2 different ways. Sometimes there's a vegan dumpling that I do, It's super delicious. And I may do that one today. I haven't quite decided. And then the other one actually is kind of vegan. It's I use coconut milk in it, but we actually use real butter. So, and it's more like a biscuit type recipe. But obviously you can see we're having biscuits this morning. Not surprising, usually that's what we do. So on the weekends anyway, we try to make biscuits instead of like going out to eat, because my fiance likes McDonald's a lot. So I'm like, well, let's try to eat healthier and not have McDonald's. It's something that we can do at home. It just takes a little bit of time. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of just transitioning and taking time and knowing what someone like enjoys and whatever. So I actually need to be doing a pancake mix. I want to try to do my own pancake mix, because we actually eat a lot of gluten-free pancake. Well, not a lot, but on the weekends we like to enjoy gluten-free pancakes. So that is something that we're going to be getting, is some gluten-free flour, and then we're going to start trying to make our own pancake mix, because when we went to Costco, that pancake mix was almost like $9. So, and it's not a big thing. It maybe makes like, we can use it twice if we're lucky. So and depending on who's over, if the kids are coming over or something or whatever, yeah. Or we want a little bit of extra for like the next day, to where I don't have to cook, because my fiance will just warm the pancakes back up. Like, we don't really care. Like, we're just that kind of people. We will eat leftovers. I know some people don't. So I got quite a busy plate today. Literally my plate is full for sure. It's laundry day. Like I said, we always have stuff that's going on, and I think people forget that. Like, they like watching these videos, but they're just like, oh, you know, you're not producing them enough or fast enough or whatever. And I'm like, listen, I work 2 jobs. I try to maintain a house. I have 4 pets, and I am trying to maintain this garden. So and I still want a life. So I think that that's a big thing. For me, is just creating that balance in the world, is, you know, finding time to do this, which I absolutely enjoy, and then also, you know, creating the life that I want as well. So it's a combination. I think everybody has it. It's just they have different ways of looking at it. So we're gonna keep doing the videos, and I'll keep showing you guys what's going on in the kitchen and out in the garden. Like I said, it's really hot right now, so you know, you're gonna have a really more difficult time trying to grow these vegetables and things when you are literally, your temperatures are 98 degrees outside. I've had my phone here. My fiance took a picture in his vehicle. His vehicle was reading 112 degrees. That's what I'm saying. Like, your vegetables are feeling that heat for sure. So this is not our best time to really be growing. I know some other places they're really enjoying it, but I'm telling you, I'm bordering zone 10, honestly, and we feel the heat here for sure. So bless the people that are in my zone or zones that are higher than mine, because y'all know the struggle without having a shade tree or something like that. It's some work, that's for sure. So all right, so we're gonna go ahead and start eating breakfast, but I just wanted to share this recipe with you guys, and then when we come back in, we're just gonna go out for maybe about, you know, 30-45 minutes, and then I will bring you guys back in, and you guys will see how I make those dumplings, so that way you guys have an idea how we do chicken and dumplings around here. So it's gonna be delicious, and so make sure that you guys finish watching all of this video. All right, thank you guys. All right, so we were enjoying breakfast on the porch, the porch area, and all of a sudden this little guy came up from the lake, or girl, to come and hang out with us. So I tried to give it some flowers there and maybe a couple tomatoes, but it doesn't seem like this little guy or girl is interested in that. So, but how cool when you're giving back and just loving nature, nature comes to you. So this little baby definitely came from the lake. So, but you got to be careful, don't get your hands near them. That you see that sharp snout, they will definitely bite. But these are the kind of turtles that people actually they eat. So we don't eat them, they are our friends to us, but I would easily say that this turtle is probably 2 feet. So we let nature be nature, but I thought you guys might enjoy checking out what nature has brought to us today. That is a soft shell turtle. You can see that in the back, that shell kind of bends and moves. So what a cool encounter to have. You don't even have to go to the zoo or anything like that. You can just see what nature has brought to you. Looks like he is going back down to the lake, so we will let them be at peace and then just enjoy the yard and be one with the earth. And what a blessing to have that opportunity. All right, so we have been out on the water. As you can see, I got my bathing suit on, and I came up here and I saw that we have some carrots that are growing. So I wanted to go ahead and pick the carrots. I've kind of left them in here for a little bit too long, which is, you know, fine, because it's the summer and carrots don't really do the best in the summer. But so I started pulling these out, and I said I want to clean this bed up, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna take you guys along, like, you guys probably don't care. But then I'm like, you know what, you actually do care, because you want to see what's actually happening. I think a lot of times you guys see me actually planting the seeds, but then, like I said, come time to harvest, I just come through here and I don't actually show y'all what I'm getting out of these beds. So the carrots are done as far as I'm concerned. It's just way too hot. They're not gonna do any more than what they're doing. I've got some of this like Asian greens. Honestly, it's too hot for them. I'm just gonna turn them back under the bed. They didn't really do that much, so they're just gonna get flipped back under. I've got some grass in here. Like I said, I've got some carrots. So, and I know you can take the carrot tops themselves and you can use them in soups and stuff, but for me, that's not really you know, something I want to do right now. I've done it before. That's just a weed here, so I got to get that out of the bed. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you can just see that some of these just got so hot that they just didn't really do too much. So what I like to do with my summer carrots is I do actually just use them. That's a weed too, just a piece of grass. What I do with my summer carrots is I just keep them for soups, because like, see, like some of them just don't even grow because it gets so hot that they just don't even want to deal with life. So that is what is going on today. Obviously you guys saw in the front of this video is that we had, yeah, see, they're giving up on life. So like I said, I could take these greens and keep them, but for now I'm just going to just clean this bed up. I still have these like bitter melons growing in here, and I don't know what this is even connected to. I'm gonna rip it out just yet. I think it's another bitter melon, but I'm probably just gonna use these these carrots in soup is ultimately what's gonna happen. So that's what is going on today. It's just, you know, you got to find time for pleasure. So we went out on the jet ski for a little bit, and now the afternoon's getting so hot out there that I just don't want to be out there. Another weed. So I just want to run through here and get as many carrots that are just salvageable for soups and stuff, and then that's what I'm going to be using in this winter's soup recipes. So not too bad for a summer harvest, honestly. Like I said, I didn't really expect them to do too well, and I haven't really maintained this bed too much, so. But like I said, you get them cleaned up and they'll be fine in soups. I really like to grow fall carrots more. That's just a little sad one. That's too sad to use. Because like I said, it gets so hot down here. But for people up north, this is just a good time to actually get your carrots going, because your northern climates are gonna have better luck with carrots. Like, there's another carrot. Like, look, see, that's not bad. That's what I'm saying. Get that in some soup. It'll be delicious. I haven't seen any more of the turtles come up on the shore. I think they must be trying to nest or something. I don't know. But it was nice to see that little turtle in that video. Thought that's something we don't get to see all the time. And I have no idea at this point what I'm going to be putting back in this bed yet. Because like I said, we are in the dead of summer. And right now, I'm just thinking that I'm probably just going to mulch over this bed for now, and then we will end up figuring out closer to maybe late September, early October what we're going to do. So, and there's a lot of people out on the lake today and just having a good time, so I'm probably going to head back out to the lake. So there are my carrots. Not too bad. They're just going to be used for soup, so I'm going to get them washed off and get them back in the house. So this is a really kind of just short little video, but that's what I'm saying, when you don't have really big beds, this is what happens. But like I said, if you had to try to survive or whatever, this is definitely not going to be enough to survive, but it's definitely enough to take some of the pressure off of a nice soup. And like I said, you can take these. I do have a dehydrator, so I can take all these greens. Now this is a lot of greens that I could definitely use in some soups as well. So it would make for some nice vitamins and minerals that our body needs, or I could add them into some smoothies. So let's not forget about utilizing the entire plant. I always find that to be really important, is to use this entire plant. So, all right, everyone, until next time. All right, y'all, so we were making the chicken and dumplings, and I decided that I would bring the camera down so that you guys could enjoy a little bit of the water. The pups are down here with me right now. So there is Tiffany and little Betty, just enjoying life. Betty loves to just sit in the sun a lot, so Tiffany's her buddy. Tiffany's a very good mama dog. She's very protective and loves everybody. And so we've been cleaning up the lake. That's a huge pile. It keeps washing up on the shoreline. As you can see, it's just a bunch of muck down here. So literally every day this week, my fiance has been down here scraping the lake. And as you can see, the water has, well, you guys wouldn't really know, but this is our like embankment kind of area, and the water was up to it. And then now it is gone out. So we are very dry right now. The pontoon is over at the dealership getting the it's yearly maintenance. So that's what we have going on today, is yearly maintenance stuff this weekend. So and so, you know, you guys gotta just get out, get some fresh air, be touching the earth. Make sure you take your shoes off. I'm definitely grounding myself. As you can hear, that's the second airplane in the last 2 minutes that's gone over our head. So it's very bright out. Make sure you're wearing protective eyeglasses or eyewear, that's for sure. But make sure that you are spending time with nature and grounding yourself. Even if you don't have the opportunity to be growing, just keep in mind that this is something simple that you can do, is just, you know, potentially get out and just touch touch the earth, sit next to a tree. Usually somebody can find a tree. I have those people that are like, yeah, well, I'm not, you know, I'm not in your position. I don't live on a lake. I get it. Like, it's an expensive life. Not everybody has this opportunity. But pretty much in a lot of places, like I said, you can find a tree. So just connect with the earth by reading a good book and taking a little blanket and going out and sitting next to a tree. It doesn't have to be something that's doing what I'm doing. Find what works best for you. You're not so concreted, jungled. You know, you're not living in a concrete jungle to the point necessarily where you can't touch nature somewhere. Even at the grocery stores, you can buy yourself a little house plant, and then that's one way of honestly connecting with the earth as well. People don't realize that, but it's really important to keep, you know, the energy in your home very good and very clean and, you know, natural. I know they have those plants, they're called snake plants. I think that's what they're called. Oh, that's Luna crying because she's up by the house. Anyway, they have these plants called snake plants, and they're really good to keep in your house, and they're easy to maintain, and you don't really have to worry that much about them. So just food for thought is just connect with the earth where you can, and make sure you're getting that beautiful vitamin D sunlight no matter where you are. Oh, I can see in the video in the back, you guys can see our dock. When we replaced some of the poles, the water is actually so low now that we can see the additional poles that we need to actually pull out of the ground, but at the time they were so embedded in that we just could not get them up out of the ground. So like I said, we're going to be replacing the steps to our dock as well. So that's something that we had replaced a lot of the boards that are on the dock itself, because this is just lake life. Over time those boards are going to erode and just break down, and even if you put sealant and stuff on them, unless you're using like marina wood or something like that. Now we've used treated wood on the dock area, but not necessarily the marina stuff. Our neighbor that's a couple houses down, he has like a plastic dock is what I call it. It's a floating dock, and they use plastic. That's not something that we choose to use. We have a lot of ducks and wildlife that come around, and I feel like this is the best dock for us for nature. I want to keep it as natural as possible. But anyway, I had always talked to you guys about, you know, making a connection with the earth and then coming down and actually just, you know, spending some time with me down here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the beautiful view of the lake while we are talking today. I should have actually brought my sunglasses down. I brought my regular glasses down, which do have a little bit of tint to them, but definitely not the tint that I need. I need to go up and get my actual sunglasses, and of course the light's coming right in on me. But again, that's lake life, you know, you enjoy it to the best of your ability, and be smarter than I'm being right now. Because I knew I was going to shoot this video, and I was like, do I take my hat down for the next few minutes? But I wanted the dogs to come down and just enjoy the water. Normally they're down here. My fiance is actually up by the garden area doing some stuff, so Betty and Tiffany are just sitting there enjoying the sun. But see, that's what I'm saying, even your pets need to get out, especially if, you know, you're living in, you know, a community that you have the opportunity to walk or whatever. Now remember, keep your pets' paws safe as well. I saw this article somebody had posted on Facebook, which I don't really do a lot of Facebook, but every now and then somebody will be like, hey, I sent you something on Facebook. So I go in and I have to look at Facebook for one reason or the other. And anyway, it was talking about like if the temperature outside is like, I'm just giving a hypothetical because I don't have the statistics in front of me, but it was like, if it's like 78 degrees feels like for us, or temperature, then that concrete is actually like 10 or 15 degrees higher than what it feels like. So you need to keep that in mind for your pets, so that you don't let your pets' paws get burnt. So make sure that you are protecting your beautiful little baby animals, because I would just be so brokenhearted if I ever hurt my animals like that. So anyway, so I just wanted to show you guys what, you know, some peace looks like for a little bit, and just spend some time with me out here in nature. You know, that's what life's about. And I know not everyone can do it, because like I've said before in the past, you know, I've been in the hospital more than I would like to have been, and these were opportunities that at that time I didn't have. So you just want to make sure that you're able to enjoy it while you can, if you can. So if you are in the hospital, then I am sending love and blessings to you if that's where you are watching me from, and I hope that you heal soon so that you can come out with me and enjoy nature and enjoy the garden and spend time with me. But if not, then here we are together. And there's Miss Betty barking. She's always telling us what's up. My neighbors are out on their porch. They know I do YouTube. At first they were like, who are you talking to down there? Like, I can hear you talking, but you're and I see something, but because my GoPro's kind of really small, so yeah, so they know I do YouTube now, so they don't look at me like I'm so weird, like just talking to myself. But yeah, so get out there, enjoy nature, enjoy the earth. That is what we are going to do today, before the rains actually start to roll in. So as always, I will bring you guys back as soon as we are done enjoying our day, because we are going to finish up those chicken and dumplings. So, but this is how beautiful the lake is, and I can hear a boat coming. As soon as I say that, they're breaking up the piece. But you know what? That's okay. Enjoy it. If that's how you enjoy your time, then, yep, there goes a boat. Then, you know, you do it. Oh, they're tubing, so that's even better. That's definitely a fun thing to do and enjoy. So hopefully we'll be getting our pontoon back really soon, and we will be taking the nephews out on the pontoon, and my little pedal boat is over here. Luna and I are going to be going out on the pedal boat, and we are going to be enjoying today to the best of our ability, because that's what we need to do, is decompress ourselves. All right, oh, there's a duck enjoying nature right there. See, nature comes to you. There's Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany, are you enjoying life? Yeah, pretty girl. Good girl. You're a good girl, Tiffy. She's definitely gonna need a bath after this. But you know what? What a beautiful life, just to enjoy nature. At least she's not in a pound anymore, that's for sure. The animal shelter. She's here with us, just enjoying herself. If all dogs had such a great life, right? They all deserve this life. Now, whether people give it to them or not, that's obviously a different story. But yeah, see, there's more people out there enjoying the jet ski, enjoying nature. That's what I said, like, sometimes I just like to sit out here and just, as my grandmother would have called it, people watching. So I just sit out here and just enjoy putting my feet in the water and just relaxing and grounding myself. You know, that's really important. I showed you guys about those grounding sheets. Make sure that you go back and check that video out. I definitely, this is probably a couple of months after that, and I will definitely tell you that I enjoy those grounding sheets that I just recently, most recently purchased. They seem to be holding up very well, and so definitely better than the first set of sheets I got. Oh, there goes Miss Tiff. So I gotta go back up there, get Miss Luna, bring her down, because she wants to come out here and enjoy life. And maybe I'll shoot some more video with Luna and Tiffany out in the water, just enjoying themselves. And then we're gonna go back and we're gonna finish up our chicken and dumplings. up from the water. The rains actually haven't started yet. They've pushed back the rain until later this afternoon. So more towards like, you know, later dinner time or even before we go to rest. So that'll be nice. I always like hearing the rain when I'm sleeping. It helps me to sleep better, honestly. So this chicken is done. I actually went out to the garden. Here's a couple of things that I've added so you guys can check it out. This big chunk right here, this is fennel. I forgot I had fennel growing out in the garden, and I thought what a nice little addition to this. I am gonna take this chunk out. I just wanted it mostly for flavoring. So I'm gonna end up pulling that out, but this chicken is done. This was a small chicken, and I'm gonna transfer it to the plate so that it can cool. Then this is where it gets a little bit complicated. I'm gonna take this juice, we're gonna pour it into another pot, and we're gonna start the recipe for the actual dumplings because I need those dumplings to boil. So I don't need the slow cooker anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and set you guys down and pull this chicken out so it can start cooling so I can peel it off the bone. We'll go ahead and put this on the side because I'll probably end up taking it to the compost, honestly. Yeah, these little egg-laying chickens, they don't have a lot of meat on them because they're not what I say is like a cooking chicken, but they make the best broth. So I am so grateful to the lady, Miss Heather, who has been doing our chickens. It's been lovely. And then look at these beautiful garden carrots. It's hot, but here's one of them. That's just gorgeous. You don't see that at the store. Yeah, you can tell that came from the garden. It's got that nice earthy taste to it that you don't really get. So what I did, you guys could probably see that there was some more water. So I went ahead and added 8 more cups of water into it, and I added a little bit more seasoning. I added some Redmond's real salt. I definitely needed a little bit of salt. I can tell it needs just a little more. And I forgot to add the rosemary. My friend gave me some rosemary, so I'm actually going to mix the rosemary in now, even though it's a little bit late. It'll be fine because I'll be bringing it to a boil over here on the stove when I add the dumplings, and then I'll be pulling this chicken off, and then our chicken and dumplings is going to be ready. So I'm really excited to give this a try. I make chicken and dumplings quite a bit, in all honesty. Not quite a bit, but enough that I know what I'm doing. It's one of my fiance's favorites, and so now that we have this fresh chicken, it just makes it even better to be able to make it. And the dumplings are my actual favorite part of it because I like the bread stuff. I know it's not good for us and we don't need it all the time, but it's one of my favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make the dumplings now. You're gonna need 3/4 cup of milk, vegan, you know, vegetable based or vegan non-dairy milk. So 3/4 cup. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to your milk because you want it to get that curdly effect like we do with the biscuit recipe. So that's what you have going on there. And then I need 2 cups of flour. We're gonna put it in the food processor because you're gonna chop your butter up like you would normally do for biscuits. Now today I'm using salted butter, but you could actually use unsalted butter. But because it's like a soup-based type kind of recipe, to me, these are gonna be the dumplings. I'm not actually worried about them fluffing up like a biscuit would. So you're gonna need a 1/2 stick, cut it into these like little cubes like we would do with biscuits. Alright, and then we're just going to go ahead and kind of blend these together. You don't have to do it for long, just a couple like... Alright, and then you need 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Then you're just going to mix it up. It's okay if these are a little like wet and tacky. That's to be expected because you are making a dumpling. And sometimes I find that letting it rest for about 5 or 10 minutes is usually best because then everything gets all soaked in and lovely. And that is the easiest way to make a dumpling. Alright, so there's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and get the spatula and kind of like mix it in a little bit. Alright, so we have our big pot over here. As you can see, it's come to a boil. I've taken the juice and I've transferred it over. Okay. And now I'm just going to take spoon size little drops and I'm going to put them in and drop them in. Now the reason why I used this larger pan is because I knew there would be more space for doing the dumplings. And try to keep your dumplings like the same size so that way they kind of cook evenly, because you don't want some that are undercooked. Although some people like undercooked dumplings. Not me, but I like a nicely cooked dumpling. This is definitely one of my family's favorite meals. They really like chicken and dumplings. If you're from the South, that's just kind of a staple food, chicken and dumplings. That's why places like Cracker Barrel carry it all the time on their menu, because there's nothing like a good chicken and dumpling meal. Now the very last thing that I will do once these cook, these will cook for at least, I would say 15 to 20 minutes for sure. You want to take probably some dumpling out and just do a test and make sure that they are cooked before you turn off the heat. Some people choose to put a lid over the top and cover these. Whatever you feel like is best. Once I finish scooping, I will normally go ahead and just kind of roll these in the mixture of the broth and continue to make sure that they're getting cooked on each side. See, this whole pot is like filling up with all the dumplings. And now at this point, once your dumplings are cooked, you could, if you like dairy, you could go ahead and add some heavy cream into it and give it with some cornstarch or maybe some tapioca starch and give it that thick texture like you see at Cracker Barrel. Or you could just leave it like this and have it more of like a soup based. Which either way, I don't mind. But today I think I'm gonna leave it more brothy than creamy. But it's up to you how you choose to do it. So like I said, we are outside enjoying the water today. And I know some people are like, why would you on a day like today make chicken and dumplings? But I think chicken and dumplings are good any day. So I also have a vegan dumpling recipe that I will go over with you guys, and I will make a vegan soup with it. You can use regular chicken broth if you want, but it's really a delicious recipe. And now those dumplings are more like thick, and they have to be left pretty much for a few hours overnight in the refrigerator, or for a few hours or you can leave them overnight. I like to make them ahead of time and then just pull them out, roll out the dough, and then cut them. And they're like long noodles almost, well, thick and long. And so those are actually my most favorite. That's the ones that I love more than these, but these are the ones that my fiance likes. He likes them a little more fluffier. And so it's just up to you and your family what you think you might or might not like. So it's your call. Also, I think today that we are going to be making, since it's so warm outside, I think I'm going to go ahead and make I have some watermelon. If you ever have leftover watermelon, drop it in your freezer because you can make a smoothies with it. And so I am going to show you guys, I don't know if it's going to be today. I might as well do it today because I'll probably end up doing it today. But it's a watermelon rosemary banana smoothie. Now it's really good for you because it's anti-inflammatory and it's got you know, all the good nutrients that you're going to be getting out of bananas and watermelon and the rosemary itself, because rosemary is really good for skin and rejuvenation of, you know, your, like, it helps to for you to not have like acne and stuff like that. It's also good for like hair growth and stuff, like for the top of your head. So I love having some fresh rosemary out in the garden, and so I will show you guys, I don't know if it'll be, like I said, in this episode, but I will definitely be showing you guys and taking you along on how to make the watermelon banana rosemary smoothie. Alright, so this is basically what it looks like. It's kind of rolling boil, so you can't really, you know, see it as well, but I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, 15-20 minutes, let this cook. I'm gonna peel off the chicken, put the chicken in here, and guess what? You guys are done. So this is basically your finished product. So like I said, we're gonna head back out to the water. I have my neighbors over right now, so I don't want to be too long on this video, but I want to give you guys an idea of what that looks like. You can see, like, those dumplings are looking nice. Like I said, just go ahead and let them to continue to cook 15-20 minutes. Keep an eye on them. This is medium to high heat. I have turned it down just a little bit because I don't want it to overboil. I just want it to kind of get that nice rolling boil that we're seeing now. So you can see I'm on that like medium to higher heat button. So we are gonna go back out and enjoy the water. So that is what is going on today. That's what I'm saying. Cooking never stops. Like, you know, we're always eating, we're always cooking, but you gotta make time to go outside, enjoy life, have fun, and you know, don't fret over the little things. Get yourself grounded, enjoy the water. The pups are out there with us enjoying the water too. All right, everyone, so that is basically your chicken and dumpling recipe. Until next time, love one another, be kind, and I will see you all in my next video. All right, so there is the final product. We have already been eating it and enjoying it, but you can see that it thickens up and it gets a really nice consistency to it. So there you go. Bonus for today, the end product.